I am going to make dehydrated liver treats for our dogs. I'm using chicken livers. I got a 2-pound bulk bag from Hair Today, but chicken livers are usually available in your grocery store. So what I've done, they were very juicy, so I put them in a colander so that the juice is draining off. And then we have 2 different ways we can do this. If you own a dehydrator, then you can slice whatever it is that you want to dehydrate, put it on your tray, and slide that in your dehydrator and let it go for 8 to 12 hours, depending on what setting you pick and how dry they're getting. The other option is you can use your regular oven for dehydrating. We want to pick a low temperature. I'm going to put it on bake, and let's see how low we could. The lowest we have is 175, so that'll work. We'll hit start, we'll let that warm up, and then they'll stay in there again for 8 to 12 hours. So we want our slices to be about a 1/4 inch thick. They can be as long or as wide as we want. We just don't want them to be too thick. Chicken liver is kind of great for this because it's already pretty thin. So we don't have to do a ton of slicing for these. There we go. And so for the oven, I use a cookie sheet with a rack on it, and that way the air can circulate under and around them. And the problem with liver is it's going to fall through these little grates a little bit, so you're gonna have to peel it off of those when you take it out. So most of these are so thin that they'll dehydrate just fine. So if you were using beef liver or another animal where the liver was a little thicker, then you would have more slicing that you would have to do. And so once these are dried, if you get them dry enough that there's no moisture in them, they'll last for quite a long time. We usually use them up within a couple of weeks. They could also be stored in the freezer. Chicken liver is not as high in copper as like beef liver would be. If you have an animal who has copper storage issues, then be careful how much extra liver you add to their diet, particularly if it's beef liver. You can make them in whatever size you need, depending on the size of the dog that you're feeding. The cats will eat these as well. And I suspect liver's going to be a little bit smelly while it's cooking. So this chicken liver is thin enough, it's making this job really easy. You can use any liver. You could use pork, cow, goat, sheep, turkey, whatever you can get a hold of. And this is a fairly inexpensive treat. If you're using a lot of liver treats and you're making your own food, you might want to back off on the liver as organ that you're putting in the food that you're making. So you can go a couple of different ways with it. So this is my dehydrator tray. Hi, Gilly. That's my bouncing dog. He gets almost, but not quite high enough. So when I'm running the dehydrator, it's nice if I can fill quite a few of the trays. It has 10 trays in there, I think. So we could also dehydrate other organs at the same time. We like to do hearts and kidneys. We could dehydrate herbs, fruits and vegetables for treats. There's kind of no limit on what you can throw in that thing. And you definitely save money in the long run by making your own treats. And our oven is ready.